Proper ways, once again, is installing your flashing over top the window, right? Making sure that your building envelope paper, you'll have your ice and water shield or your resisto, then you'll install your flashing over top of it, and then you'll have your building paper creating, once again, a positive overlap over your drip cap, right? So this allows that if for some reasons you get water into your system, every time it gets to penetration, you want to make sure that that water will evacuate the system, right? So a building envelope is not perfect, especially with vinyl siding. You will always get water get in wind driven, right? You want to make sure that when that water gets in there, and everything that's behind your siding is called a secondary defense for your envelope, right? So those are things that you install in the building code. If you look in the section, I think it's 9.48, you'll get into secondary defense for your building envelope. So those are your flashing and your building paper. On the middle picture here, oh, sorry, I just wanted to also mention something, that you want to keep a minimal gap between your siding and all of your flashing. So every time you have a transition between anything on your building, you're going to have a flashing, and then you want to keep a minimum a quarter to a half inch to make sure that when that water evacuates the system, it doesn't damage your siding. It's just going to leave your system completely. On the right side here, you have the resisto. And that's basically your once the window installer installed, the manufacturer, the building code requires you a protection around that window, because we all know that there might be some water down the line that infiltrates around that penetration. You want to make sure that your structural components, which is your lintel on top, your jacks on the sides, are protected from any water infiltration. On the right side, we get to the caulking around the windows. You can see a lot of cracks here, and those are beautiful areas for water to get in. I like to say for your maintenance package, after your first 10 years, I start looking at your windows, and after that, progressively every 5 years, keep an eye on it. Usually your caulking will last about 10 years before it'll deteriorate if it's installed properly.